Wilhelmina Minnie Vautrin was an educated American missionary stationed in Nanking at the time of the Japanese invasion. She was the head of the education department and dean of studies at Gingling Women's College in Nanking. When the Americans suggested that any European or American should flee from Nanking, Vautrin refused. Because most of the college's faculty left, Vautrin was now in charge of preparing the campus for refugees. She distributed safety zone armbands to mark which people were refugees and hid refugee and college valuables. She even burnt military papers to disguise Chinese soldiers. Though she had only planned for the campus to hold 2,700 refugees, many thousands sought protection as conditions grew worse. Even though the college was part of the safety zone, the Japanese watched over the college with machine guns. Because Gingling was a women's college, the Japanese constantly targeted it, breaking in and capturing women. Vautrin constantly ran after women who were being abducted, even though she very rarely saved them. Japanese tactics of taking women became so bold that soldiers eventually drove up to the campus with a truck and asked zone leaders for women. Though the Japanese constantly pressured Vautrin and physically broke into the campus, Vautrin still encouraged Chinese refugees not to give up. During the Japanese occupation, the Japanese army tried to Japanize the Chinese citizens, stating things that the Chinese could and could not do in accordance with Japanese customs. One day, a Chinese boy was wearing a Japanese armband. Vautrin stated that he should not wear it and that his country was not dead. It was this encouragement that kept many refugees going. Unfortunately, the stress of protecting the college with limited success and the numerous atrocities finally got to Vautrin. Always thinking she could have done more, she had a nervous breakdown in 1940 and had to travel back to the United States for medical treatment. In May of 1941, she wrote a note explaining her outlook and committed suicide.